Welcome back to SWGA, Sickle Cell Awareness with Patient Advocate Monica. If you're visiting for the first time, welcome. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the tribe. In today's video, I am going to talk about the importance of self-advocacy. Self-advocacy is so important. Let's get into the video. As a patient and patient advocate, I see both sides of the coin. I know what patients experience, and I know how to advocate for patients because I advocate for myself first. The most important thing about self-advocacy is knowing your own health. Know your diagnosis. Know your medications. Know your medical team. Know how to look for the information that you need in order to get the care that you need. Also, doing things for yourself and looking for other alternatives for your own health journey. It's so important that you first know all of your diagnoses. I know that my diagnoses are sickle cell betathalassaemia, congestive heart failure, neuropathy, migraine headaches, as well as bronchitis. Those are the main 5 diagnoses that I have that I'm often working with or talking to my medical team about. It's so important to know that and know what medicines you're taking and why you're taking them, because sometimes medications conflict each other. It's so important to have a working relationship with your pharmacy as well, because sometimes they'll tell you, if I were you, I wouldn't take these 2 medications together. I would take them an hour apart. I would take them 2 hours apart. It's so important for you to know the medications that you're taking, why you're taking them, and how to take them. Another thing that is so important and so pivotal, one of the biggest things for me is making sure I'm current on all of my treatments, all of my appointments, all of my exams. One of the things that I'm experiencing now I'm hoping, I'm praying that I don't go into a crisis about. So I take a deep breath. I calm down. There is an exam that I have been requesting for 6 months. I have not been scheduled for that exam. I'm not for sure why. I'm not for sure what the cause is. So one of the things that I did do, being the person that I am, I have a working relationship with my medical team, my physicians. To be more specific, my physicians. Sometimes people ask me, Monica, how do you get certain things done? I get things done because I continue to build a working relationship with my doctors. The beautiful thing about today's time is there is an app. Every medical facility has an app. And I use my doctor's office app to get in touch with them. I'll do the first thing I need to do first. I'll talk to their nurses. If it don't get done, I'll ask again. If it don't get done, I will call my doctor. I'll call him directly. If I don't get him directly, I message him on the app. And that's when things happen. That's when things get done. That's when I get the medication I have been asking for 2 weeks. Or if there's an exam that I haven't had for whatever long period of time. The latest one is there has been an exam I have requested for 6 months. I have not gotten it. I've talked to the person that's over this exam. I've talked to people on her team. I've talked to her office. I've spoken to several people. So one of the things I did do, I called the main office. They told me they were going to look into it. They were going to investigate in it to make sure I get this exam done, because it's very important that I have this exam done. I never got a call back. I called again. I called over and over. So I said, okay. I talked to the person that's over making sure I have this exam done. I always get the same thing. Monica, I'm on it. I'm going to get it done. It's going to get done. I got to get it done. Blah, 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 blah. So, what I did, being the patient person that I am, being the calm person that I am, the laid back person that I am, I said, okay, if she says she's going to do it, I'm going to let her do it. 6 months have come and gone. So what I have done, I went on the app, I messaged my doctor, and I did get a scheduled call for my appointment. I know everyone is going to be surprised. Oh, Monica, did you get the exam? Yes. How did I get the exam? I directly messaged and communicated with my doctor, and he got it done. My medical team, my doctors, be more specific, my doctors know the work that I do, and they want to make sure I am in the best health I can be in to do what I need to get done. They know I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for their office, for their work, and for their patients, because their patients see the work that I do and ask me, Monica, I need resources on this. Monica, I need resources on this. Monica, will you help me with this? Monica, will you help me with that? Will you educate me on this? Will you educate me on that? The importance of what's the difference between having the disease and having the trait? What medication do I need to take? What medication I don't need to take? What services are available to me? There are transportation services that are available to you. I host educational events every year to provide those resources for those that don't have insurance. There's indigent care. There's the sliding program. There are so many opportunities and governmental programs that will provide you with the resources you need to get the medical assistance or the medical services that you need. Transportation for those patients who can't get to their doctor's appointment, can't drive, or don't have a car, or they're in no condition to drive. Those are all the things that I do. Making sure they're connected with their team, making sure they're following up with their appointments, making sure their social worker or their community health worker is providing the services that they need, giving them everything that they need in their journey, talking to their family members, talking to their friends, talking to their spouses, talking to their children. It's so important for your spouse as well as your children, your family, your friends, know what you're going through, how to deal with it, and the most important thing is how to help you. Because sometimes people are trying to help you and they're not helping you, they're hurting you. They're doing more damage than they are good. And sometimes you care for a person, but if you're stressing that person out, especially a sickle cell patient, you can send them into a crisis. If they say they're okay, let them be. If they're taking their medications like they're supposed to, let them be. If they're drinking the water, doing the exercise, going to their appointments like they're supposed to, let them be. Don't stress them out. Please don't stress them out. And I know sometimes your concern and your care is understandable. Another thing is, if they're not hungry, let them tell you when they're hungry. Let them eat whatever they're going to eat in order to take their medication. Because sometimes the medication that you're on, you don't have an appetite. I know I don't. I don't have an appetite with all of the medications that I take. And sometimes I'm unproductive. I don't like being unproductive. I'll take medication, I'll lay out for 2 days. With self-advocacy, I always put my health first. Sometimes people will call me and ask me, Monica, can you do this? Monica, can you do that? And if I'm not in a healthy place, I don't. My number one health issue that I'm most concerned about is my heart, congestive heart failure. Some days and sometimes my heart will not allow me to do a lot of things because I need to rest. I'm on my oxygen. I'm taking my Lasix. And if you know anything about a diuretic, you know I'm going to the bathroom every 5 minutes, at least for the first 2-3 hours. I'm going to the bathroom. So Monica's health is priority. And it's funny sometimes people are like, Monica, you're our advocate. Monica, you're our advocate. Monica, you're our advocate. And the thing I remind people of is I am my number one patient. I advocate for myself first before I advocate for anybody else. And if I'm not in a condition to advocate for myself, people should know that I'm not in a condition to advocate for them either. When my health is where it needs to be, I can continue to help you advocate for yourself, advocate for whatever you may need or may not need. And if not advocating with you or talking to you, talking to your loved ones, talking to your spouse, talking to your children, or talking to your coworkers or friends, whoever I need to talk to, for them to better understand how sickle cell works. Sickle cell is a chronic illness. Patients with sickle cell, they have their good days, they have their bad days, they have their days where they're up, they have their days where they're down. I'm living proof of that. Sometimes people don't see that. That's not something I show often. Because sometimes people are like, well, Monica, you seem like you're always going, you're always doing this, you don't never have a down day, I don't never see you in crisis. I go through crisis. I go through a lot of pain crisis. Lately, I have been experiencing necrosis in my neck. I have been experiencing different things. I have been experiencing extreme fatigue. That's why a lot of videos and a lot of things have not been done on social media. I'm experiencing necrosis in my neck. I'm experiencing extreme fatigueness. So I'm resting and making sure I'm in the place that I need to be in to continue my advocacy work, continue to educate the public about sickle cell. But the most important thing, or the most important message in this video, is self-advocacy. Learn to advocate for yourself. If you are advocating for yourself, let me know in the comment section that you're advocating for yourself. Let me know how you're advocating for yourself. You don't necessarily have to just have diabetes. You don't have to necessarily just have sickle cell. You don't have to have congestive heart failure. Whatever health issue that you're advocating for yourself for, or when you go to the doctor's appointment and you decided this treatment option that you're giving me is not one I want to receive, let me know all of that in the comment section. Most importantly, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know that I like this video. I've learned something. Especially if you've learned something from this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Not only give me a thumbs up, share this video. Self-advocacy is so important. Self-advocacy is so important. Know what your diagnosis is. Know what medical treatments that you are receiving. Know what medications that you're on and why you're on them. Know what tests that you need to have annually, yearly, or however often you need to have them. And when you don't get what you need, you stay on your medical team until it gets done. Most of the time, they're going to refer you to the desk, the reception desk. They're going to, okay, give me your date of birth, your name, I'll put it in. I'll get it done. You let them do their job. If it's not done within a timely manner, you go to that next step. You talk to a nurse. If that nurse say, I'm going to get it done, I'm going to put this order in now so you can have that exam done. It's so important. We know how important it is to you because we know what your health issues are, and you give them time. If they say they're going to get it done, give them the opportunity to get it done. If they should not or do not get it done, you don't stop there. You go directly to your doctor, your physician, and say, I have made several attempts with your team to get it done. It has not been done. It's important that I get my annual exams. It's important that I stay on top of my own health. And you let them know I need this exam done to make sure I'm current on all of my medical records. With the work that I do, I have to stay current on my medical records. And I'm so excited that our book is being released, The Many Faces and Lives of Sickle Cell. So you all know I want to be at my optimal best level with my health. And knowing and understanding that my heart is functioning at 55%. So I'm careful. I'm monitoring everything that I do, everything that I don't do. Managing my health is my number one priority, and my heart functioning at 55% makes me cautious and it makes me careful. I don't participate in everything. I'm asked to do a lot of things, but again, my number one priority is me. I am my number one priority. So, in order to better serve you, I have to take care of myself first. This concludes this video. Until next time, stay hydrated and stay well. Goodbye. Make sure you subscribe.